That's your little dog?
I can do it for the wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer.
And here we go, riding off into the sunset again. A couple of wild guineas talking about toys, because why not? What's going on? Everybody that's in the chat, everybody that may be showing up, if you're out there, remember to go ahead and share the links out, because YouTube hates guineas and guinea pigs. Anyway, Vinny, what's going on, man? How are you doing today?
Hey, man, you're not wrong. I feel like there's so much hate towards the guineas at all times, and you know what? It doesn't matter anymore, because yeah, we're just going to keep stomping all over them and, you know, week, nibbling toes and all that great stuff.
It's a beautiful thing. And you know what? It's not just people that may take a more conservative view. I've watched a lot of people that actually don't even take any kind of views whatsoever on their channels, actually talking about this bullshit that YouTube's always doing with the algorithm. And it just drives everybody nuts. I mean, here it is. People that are just trying to have fun talking about the franchises that they love, or movies that they love, or toys that they love, and they're getting suppressed. I've even seen people with guinea pig channels, just straight guinea pig channels. That's all they talk about is their guinea pigs, and they talk about how they're getting suppressed by the algorithm as well. A guinea pig right here is very crafty. We're very sneaky, and we find ways around their algorithm and how to break it at every turn. So we keep them on their toes. We don't let them figure out what we're doing. We stay absolutely chaotic, and that's the only way to do it, to be able to beat YouTube.
Seems to be. Holy shit.
We got Angela's driving in the house. Yeah, it's across the board type of thing. Yeah, sadly it is. Sadly it is. But
yeah.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Oh, well, we just keep calling it out. I mean, and moving forward.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit there and hate rage and outrage on videos and everything. I'm going to talk about things that I love, unlike some of these fakers out there. But I wanted to talk about this one real quick. This one I just shot the other day, I think. I forget when I shot it. You know, I'm actually losing track because I've got so many things going on at any given time that I'm actually losing track of when I'm actually shooting some of these toys or the BattleBot videos. Unless I'm getting a request for a BattleBot, you know, video for a fight, I'm really not keeping track of when I film them. But I picked this guy up, and I was actually torn at which one I was going to get. But I decided I'd like this version better. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this one. Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome back. We are hanging out with Rorschach, the superhero pig, and today we're going to be showing off something superhero related. So what are we showing off this time? From NECA, in partnership with Nickelodeon, we have The Last Ronin unarmored version from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one looks pretty cool, and in case you haven't seen it, everything about this figure comes directly from the pages of The Last Ronin. This is issue number 1. Even including these weird little dog mouse robots that is in the package with them. Right out of the package, here we have The Last Ronin. I'm not going to give spoilers away which turtle is in case you haven't read the book. But this one looks like it's ripped directly from the comic. With NECA, it comes with extra hands, some pretty damn amazing posability, a bunch of extra weapons signifying the rest of the turtles that actually can store mostly on slots all over his back and side. Of course, here's a good look at the secondary head that he comes with. And here he is with most of his weapons stored, and broken blade in his hand, and also Splinter's book in one of his extra hands. The only thing that I would say was a bit of a miss, if you have read the comic, you know he should have had 2 Tonfa sticks. He only comes with 1. I would say that was the only small miss, that and there's no place to actually store the Tonfa on him. One side note to mention with this that drives me nuts, one leg is just ever so slightly longer than the other one. Come on, NECA. Anyway, guys, be sure to let Rorschach know what you think about this one. Later, y'all.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell.
This was actually the exact figure I was going to shoot today. But I ran out of time and I didn't get a chance to.
Hey, dude, I was looking at the armored version, and it's not to say that the armored version doesn't look bad. It looks good, but I like this one better. It just comes across as cleaner, and I think you see a lot more of the details of his inner shell and his, on his chest and everything.
Yeah.
And along with the back shell, I really like this version a lot more. The only thing I would say is, the other thing I forgot to mention, and I should have mentioned, I forgot about, he comes with these little throwing knives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're
They're so tiny.
The shaking, and there's no point in actually including them in the set because there's nowhere for him to actually hold these damn things. In that hand, you cannot place them anywhere in there where they will actually stay. What they probably should have did is instead of including them, they should have included the 4 turtle bandanas that you see him place down in one scene in the first book. Mm-hmm. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. I don't know who greenlit what in terms of accessories and shit too. I do know the artist who actually sculpted this one. But yeah, like I said, I was going to do the review and I didn't get a chance to. So it was cool though to see that you did it. And yeah, I think this thing is a beautiful figure. I did see both of them in a comic shop. Again, the prices were way too much. I ended up finding mine in Walmart. But yeah, dude, this thing is killer. I was really impressed with this figure, and the posability on him for sure.
Oh yeah, the posability was there. I would say the only thing that gets in the way of some of the posability is the I guess like that skirting that he has that's coming down from his accessory bandolier. Mm-hmm. So it gets in the way just a little bit, but you could still get in some decent poses. I was able to get him in a kneeling position. I mean, it took a little bit of work to push everything to get it in that position, but it did get into a kneeling position. That's one of the things I always look for is a key with these figures. Can they actually get in a good kneeling position? And I know some of the ones that were in, even what Hasbro was doing at one point, a lot of those figures were really getting good at that ability to be able to get down to a full kneel position without any kind of extra support. So it's nice to see that this one could do it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they did a great job. Yeah, it's not easy to do, especially between the plastic that they use and how they do articulation sometimes. But yeah, no, this guy did a great job. He nailed it.
Yeah, he absolutely did. I mean, the one thing again, and it's happened on a couple figures. It happened on the Jason from what was that the Final Friday? Was that part 4? I think it was one leg longer than the other. Yeah. I don't know why this is happening with NECA, Playmates. There was one other company was doing the same damn thing. Like, how are they missing on this? Especially when this is a brand new mold. This isn't something where this figure was already available or anything like this. Is a brand new mold. How did they screw this up?
I can tell you right now, it's one word: China.
Does everybody in China have one leg longer than the other? What's going on?
It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. They all walk kind of funny. I don't know. If you give me a sec, I'll grab mine. I'll double check with mine. Let me see.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do appreciate everything they did with some of the other extras, including that mouse dog looking thing. Like, I was looking at that when I seen it in the package. I was, what the hell is that? I had to look back in the comic. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. There's one scene where they show these little things coming through a wall or something.
Let me grab this guy here. Straighten out these legs. I'll let you know if it was...
I sure hope it isn't just me, because that's multiple figures now I've gotten with one leg longer than the other, and it's always the left leg.
A smidge. Yeah, you're right. On mine as well. I'm trying to look at what point, and it's the it's the peg for the left foot. Not the foot itself, but the ankle part, that ball joint part.
Mm-hmm.
So it's China. It's not the sculptor, it's China.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, I don't know. This is really, it's super minor. Trying to get him as flush as possible. Yeah, that's what it is. It's that ankle part. Oh, that's going to happen sometimes.
It's been happening an awful lot, and it really does need to stop. I mean, quality control should be able to pick this shit up.
Right. But that's, you know what? I mean, compared to like Playmates, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was like way longer. Like if you were talking about in terms of a real person, that was like 6 to 7 inches longer on one leg. He would have been walking like Kane to the ring, like lumbering side to side.
Yeah, or McMahon.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, everything else, like even the extra face thing, the head that they had included with it, all that was great. It was perfect. And the joints were all nice and tight, but they weren't so tight that I felt like I was going to break it. Of course, everything was double jointed too, the elbows and knees and everything. So, and they even did have a little bit of a rocker, I think, in the chest. They had a little bit of that.
Yeah, that pivots. It's like a half ball joint or something.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear it. We got SMR, whatever the hell that is. Hear the plastic moving and rubbing against itself.
Oh, the plastic.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful figure though. But yeah, I'll try to do a full review at some point. I don't know when now.
Yeah, well, my full review, even in with that full review right there, was only like 2 minutes long. Like, I'm so geared into making shorts for all the toys now that even trying to do a regular full-length video is cut short. So I'm like, oh, well, shit. Well, I'm going to have to go back and film more shit so I can add it for a full-length video. What am I going to do? Well, I can talk about it. It's double jointed in the elbows and the knees, and maybe do close-ups of the weapons or something just to add to the video. But as it stands right now, if I put that up, again, what's the point? It's a minute longer than the short. I got to add to it, but
I know. But the shorts are doing better than video. So I don't know what to say.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I've actually had some of the people that have viewed the shorts and they say, you're going to do a full-length video on that. Yeah. So I put a full-length video up and it gets absolutely I wouldn't say absolutely no views, but it gets barely any views, especially in comparison to the shorts. So it's almost like, I'm putting all this extra time into it. I'm just going to start saving that for figures that I'm not going to be doing, like really in detail shorts on. I mean...
No, dude, I hear you. It's madness right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think last week, or not last week, the last time we did this, I think Sergeant Slaughter was the last one that I showed. But
yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. The one I finally did I did the review on I did Mumra. I don't think I showed that. Did I?
I don't recall. Well, while we're trying to figure that out, let's say hi to some of the other people that popped into the chat. See, Soul Assassin is in the house. What's up, Soul Assassin? I hope that you're doing well. Papa Cotton's in the house. What up? Hey, kids. Damn, guys, cut those Chinese children some slack. They're trying their best. I know that they are. Lasso is in the house. What's going on? Lasso. Oh, no. Already rebranded. You're killing us, Lasso.
Trina. Heroes in Horror. I like that.
Oh, God damn it. I'm going to still call you Lasso. How do you like those apples? What's going on, Trina? Gap After Dark is in the house. What's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. In case you missed it, the first thing that I opened up with was TMNT, the Last Ronin Unarmored Edition. Really cool looking figure. Minimal QC problems, but there was a QC problem in there. So,
yeah. Not too bad, though. I mean, again, something that minor that it was just the ankle and you put him in any other pose. I mean, dude, you can't notice that for shit.
Well, the length was so minor, but I felt like I had to mention it anyway,
Oh, of course. I mean, you paid money. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Get you damn Skippy. I'm not going to sit there and be like all these other people that are completely devoid of any integrity and not even mention it. Nope, I'm going to mention it. I don't care how well of a job NECA did on the rest of that figure. If there's one thing wrong, I'm going to point it out. And damn it, I still don't understand why they didn't include 2 Tonfa and a place to put them onto his armored belt sash.
Yeah, I agree. I was messing around with this thing too because he does have a couple of like big hoops and things that are on there. But yeah, you risk ripping one of them off if you try to shove it like in that back one.
Yeah, well, at first that's what I thought it was for. And what's going on, Scrambles? Good to see you.
What's up?
At first I thought the larger one in the back was for the Tonfa, and I started putting it in. I was like, nope, that's not sliding in there. And I put the nunchucks up. Nunchucks went right down. I said, that's what it's for. So,
yeah. But yeah, no, either way, I mean, like I said, it's awesome stuff. Great figure. I think one of the better ones they've gotten out anyway. Yeah, I was impressed. I didn't even think I'd be buying something like this, and yeah, but I got him a couple months ago. Like he's been sitting here for a while.
well, you know what? It's the same thing with me. I was actually looking at both of them for months, and I was like, I think it looks cool, but I just don't know if I want to get it. I don't know because I think that part of the reason is all the problems that I have with a lot of the Playmate turtles that I had picked up and how horribly done they were with the freaking big, long, dangly legs or the hands that didn't hold on to anything. And it was just making me hesitate to pick this one up. And I know it's NECA, and usually the hands are a little bit better on NECA, but yeah, the hands were really tight to get the weapons in. But that's fine. At least I know that the weapons ain't going to fall out of his hand. But yeah, this, that little bit on that foot, it bugged me just a tiny bit, but not that much. But overall, I am glad that I did wind up picking up this figure because I think they did knock this one out of the park, even with that small quality control miss.
Oh, for sure, man. Because just like fidgeting around with them, like it's fun. It's fun to put them in different poses and stuff. Like that's not something you could always say about NECA figures because you risk snapping something off, there's usually an ankle or a wrist or something on like their older figures, but I'd say like the last 2 years at least, their quality's shot through the roof. They've really been doing a very, very nice job with their figures.
And they are the company that I'm leaning on right now when I'm looking for new figures to pick up, just because all the bullshit that Hasbro is doing other than pre-orders. I am not pre-ordering anything new. I am not going to be out there looking for any of their new releases of their figures. And when I did do a short video about some of their new Allspark figures, they were garbage. They were dollar store trash. And if that's what Hasbro is going to be putting out, I'm sure that they're going to see their numbers just fall right through the floor. You want to push that agenda trash, this is what you get. Nothing.
Right. Because they're retarded. Hard R. Oh, shit. You guys, you got to correct me if I'm wrong, though. I don't know if I did show Mama or if I put them up after, but I think I put them up after. I'm just waiting for the commercial to end, and then I'll showcase the figure.
Oh my God, I see too many commercials and I shit and piss all over myself. Then ran a GoFundMe to help clean it up.
It's all about the super chats.
Hey, what's up, Frankie?
Hey, Frankie. Hold on, what the hell is this doing now? Cancel. That's not what I want.
Have you all heard of the company called Present Toys? It sounds familiar. Does that one sound familiar to you, Vinnie?
Present Toys. The name sounds familiar right now. I'm having a brain fart though. I know it. Hold on, I'm trying to get this stupid thing to work. Okay, they changed the whole thing of how to share screen, and I don't like it. Present Toys. All right, it does ring a bell. What else? What are some of the things they've done? Wait, is it the 1/6 scale? I think it's. Oh yeah, it's the 1/6 scale company. That's the Indiana Jones figure that I reviewed. That's one of those is a present. Yeah, it's a present toy. They've been doing some pretty good stuff. What's the other one? Oh, the Equilibrium figure that I got. That's also Present Toys. Yeah, no, yeah, I dig that company. I think they do a great job. Again, third party stuff.
What up, Luffy? Welcome to Tommy's Toy Channel, where he tells us about all the toys he won't buy. Nah, I started off with something that I did pick up, Luffy, and I talked about what a good job they did. But back to you, Vinny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is the Super 7 Mumra figure. What was it, last month, I think, or maybe 2 months ago? I posted up the Lion-O figure, and yeah, I wanted to make sure I got Mumra out there as well. Again, two beautiful figures. I have Panthro. I got him a long time ago. I guess the first release, because a lot of these things they did like a second release. Although Mumra is a brand new figure altogether. So and this thing has pinless joints in the arms and legs. So that was really cool. The box art is fantastic on this guy. You know, but yeah, I think this company, man, they're really doing an amazing job. I'd like to get more of them, but right now I can't really be spending like that. I just paid off a freaking computer. That was
I'll tell you what, it
it
is really nice to see Super 7, which is actually a subsidiary part of Reaction, going back to these style figures. Because, you know, back in, what was it, the 90s, early 2000s, they were doing Judge Dredd figures, Reaction. And then they went down to those little 3 3/4 almost Star Wars figures, and then they were just doing them for the longest time. It's nice to see them go back to fully articulated figures again.
Yeah, man, just beautiful stuff. Like I said, they've been doing it for a while. I don't know if they bought the rights or they just picked it up, but it's like, you know, the same type of figures that they've done like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. But they continued the line. And I know they even have like the Thunder Tank.
I seen that on Entertainment Earth. They sent the magazine out for the last order I got, and
Dude,
I seen that Thunder Tank on it. It looks beautiful, but it's expensive.
Yeah, yeah. There ain't no way I could jump on that. Well, that's just a car. Yeah, it does look amazing, and you know, you could actually put like they have the like the cannons, the triple cannon that pops up in the back. Dude, they thought of everything on that. They did an amazing job. But like I said, if I could find where the hell my old Panthro figure is, I'll bust him out too. It's the same exact packaging too. So yeah, but yeah, I think they did a beautiful job with this guy. His wraps and everything, how it's like pinned onto the arm. And it doesn't really get in the way either of articulation. Like whatever you could do with the right arm, you could do with the left arm. There's no major issues. His cape is fully wired all around, and then like in 3 spots where it makes like the points at the bottom of the cape. Like they did a really beautiful job on this guy. But yeah, it's again one of my favorite series as a kid, and I think that these still hold up too. You know, a lot of people went, "Oh, well, the 2011 cartoon was really great and it was better." I don't think it was. I tried to watch them. I watched about 8 episodes, you know, not too long ago, and then I started watching the original again. The original is still way, way better.
I didn't like how they cut Lion-O out in it.
Yeah, me neither. And I think they screwed up Mumra. This is the Mumra that I knew and I loved. I mean, how evil the character is. He's so ancient. He's been around since you know, before it was called Third Earth. It was still just regular Earth. Like, and there's so much history that's in the original cartoon. It all makes better sense. I don't like what the hell they did with those newer ones, but again, it's a classic character, classic figures. Even the voice acting was way freaking better, you know, in the original. But yeah, he's got really good articulation for a figure that's kind of like this big. I wish that there was a little bit better articulation in the elbows, though. It is, you know, kind of limited. But again, I mean, Mumra, he's always kind of like splayed out. His arms are always going really wide anyway, and you know. But anyway, it's a really beautiful figure. Nice, solid plastic too. It's not like that cheap shit. Because I thought it might have gone that route, but nah, everything feels great. Swapping out the hands is super easy as well. Just yeah, they pretty much thought of like everything on here. Yeah, you can't top that 80s opening. You are so right, Soul Assassin. Great character, beautiful figures, and I know they continue the line too. I mean, there's a few of them. Like I wish I had seen them earlier. I didn't know that this company was still starting to make more of them, But there's even an exclusive for like Tigra. They have like an invisible version, like he's all clear from when he puts his whip around and he makes himself vanish. As exclusive for the Big Bad Toy Store, apparently. But they do have the regular version too. I saw him. Who else did I see? Jaga looks amazing. But yeah, man, they even did the cop. They did Mandora.
Are they going to do the Pirates?
Yeah, I think that there's one of them that might be already out, or he's up for pre-order. I think it's the what the hell was his name? Shit, I forgot. He was the robot one. He was all. I think the Berserkers as well, because there was a couple of pirates they had in the cartoon. Because there was the one Berserker, was it Hammerhand?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he died in the cartoon, and then they brought him back as a spirit when Mumra he made a clone of Panthro, and then he put the soul of the Berserker pirate in him to make him like even more vicious, which was awesome. It's shit like that you don't really see anymore in cartoons. What's up, Liam? How you doing, brother? Liam? We're talking toys tonight. But yeah, dude, at the very least, like I had to get Mumra and Lionel, and I'm super happy that I did, because this thing's incredible. Yeah, the Panther that I got a long time ago, I actually found him in a store. I found him in GameStop, and he was like, I want to say either $25 or $30. He was like on sale, so I'm like, oh, this thing looks amazing. But at the time, they had sold out of Lionel, and the version I actually picked up was kind of recently, in the last few months. I got him from, I believe, either Big Bad Toy Store or eBay. I forgot. But he was version 2.0, so he came with an alternate head. He came with other extras, which were really cool. And I'm happy that they're keeping these figures like in circulation. It's not just a limited run. So for those people who want them, well, I'm saying that now. Watch, I go and look; they're all sold out. But I'm glad that he comes with like this sort of Plundar and all that, and like he comes with some cool stuff. And of course, that Maw-Mutt. That's a beautiful looking figure.
Oh, it's always nice when they kind of, they're actually giving the nod to the original Toyline when they do stuff like that, and they include Mum-Mutt in it.
Yep.
Because he was with the original figure, because I have the original figure sitting in the back with the dog. Mm-hmm. Of course, the dog back then was just a little rubber dog that didn't pose or nothing. It just kind of sat there.
Just a solid piece. I remember that. See, as a kid, like I always wanted to get like the decrepit looking Mumra too, but he was, I think, an exclusive, just like with like that.
Yeah, set. He came with the that cave or whatever, the sarcophagus with the well. Yeah, it had the sarcophagus or cave set too and everything. Yeah. I do recall seeing it, and the figure for it was tiny. I mean, which it was in the show too.
Yeah.
Because once he ancient spirits of evil, once he did that and he
transformed this decayed form. Yeah, I mean, dude, everything about that was so good. But I was never able to get that. But I know that this company, they did make the kind of decrepit looking one as well. But I definitely wanted the Mumra the Ever Living, because this thing is just he's imposing. Again, with that cape and everything too. I love how they kind of had that like the clip-on parts that you see up here. Like they did a great job. They really did. I think the sword splits in half, but I didn't want to test it because there was like a line that's going across on the handle. But yeah, I didn't want to mess with that. Yeah, and this is how he scales with the Motu Mattel He-Man figures. And yeah, this was a really cool version. If you guys are looking for a really great Skeletor, I suggest finding this guy. This is from New Eternia. And this head is like it's in the packaging. The one you're going to see has a helmet on. And he looks a little more Viking-like. But you could just swap out the parts that he comes with, and you could add your classic Skeletor, which, again, I think that head is just perfect. That whole look is great. But, so there's some 1980s evil right there. And, again, it's a beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful looking figure. And I do like the fact, and even Liam mentioned it, the wire in the cape.
I love when they do stuff like that. Yeah, they really nailed it. Because I mean, that had to be tricky too. Like, how are we going to put a wire in it if the bottom of the cape has to be all tattered? But I mean, they were able to do it. I mean, they didn't rip it up too much, but you could still see it looks like a little worn. But yeah, it holds the aesthetic perfectly, and these figures look awesome. But you can definitely see like the joints on Lionel by the elbows and the knees.
Yeah,
and Mumra is all smooth. Like, you don't see any of that stuff.
Well, I was going to mention, as far as the wire cloak, NECA did that with the TMNT with that Renee figure, and that figure is tiny compared to these ones right here. And they managed to get wire in her cloak as well. So, I mean, these companies can do that stuff now. It ain't like some of the stuff that we got back when we were kids. Like, let's not even start about those early Star Wars with that stiff plastic cloaks that they came with that was supposed to be a robe. How far it's come.
Yeah, right? It really is pretty crazy, but pretty awesome too. Like I said, between like this scale and then like the bigger figures, like the 12-inch figures, because again, like the collection that I have, you know, and a lot of them are third-party figures. I mean, they're doing such a great job now. You know, it's like one hell of a time to be a collector, but yeah, they're expensive as shit now. That's why like certain things like I can't really anymore. It's like I really did. I cut back in a gigantic way.
No, yeah, you and me both, man. You and me both. Like every time I go in the store, I'll see something. I'm like, that looks kind of cool. And before it'd be like, I wouldn't even think about it. Oh, I'm just going to pick that up. Now it's like, you know, I'm going to think about this for a while because the funds are not as good as they were because of all the increases to everything, including electricity. And it's getting to be a bit much.
Shit. And like I said, I had a swift kick in the balls that I had to get a new computer. So that's been just terrible, fucking awful. But I did dig out of the closet a couple of other awesome figures. I don't know if you got to see the Megatron yet. I just put them up as shorts though.
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, that thing is pretty damn sweet. Let me show you again. Yeah, there's this guy here, man. For those who haven't seen it, this was the company that actually got busted because they were doing great with their Transformers figures, and this guy, he's I think about 13 or so inches, something like that. They're pretty big. He's in scale with that really, really awesome Optimus that I showed a long time ago. But yeah, this is the same company, and yeah, they got busted. The president and the vice president both got arrested because they tried to make a bootleg Iron Man figure, and the mouse came down on them. But for the Transformers, I mean, I wish they just continued with that because these things were absolutely incredible. And yeah,
you know what? I gotten a figure, and it's a Megatron, and it looks just like him in a lot of aspects. And it even comes with the key to Vector Sigma that you showed at the bottom of the package when you were showing the package there a second ago. And it looks almost the same, even the facial expressions, everything. The only difference is the one I got is teeny tiny. Like me, he's maybe 5 inches tall tops.
Oh wow! Holy shit! Yeah, I don't know how these companies work. If they shrink down things, they blow them up. But this guy to transform him, that's why I did not do it for this short because his legs, they're like literally, it's like origami. They fold out in the weirdest ways. I mean, they look super solid over here, but you have to pin them all perfectly. If you miss one pin, the whole thing is like kind of lopsided and falling around like a like a fish just flopping around there. And it's like, oh my god. So yeah, I only transform him like once or twice. I'm like, no, this is too much of a pain in the ass. But when he's all like in robot mode like this, yeah, he is super solid. Great figure. You could even fudge things a little bit to give him more range of motion in the arms and stuff. Like they did a really, really beautiful job. It's the only thing is like, again, there's no, Decepticon logo for the chest.
Well, technically you could always fix that problem. Like Toy Hacks or somebody like that. I guarantee you Toy Hacks probably makes stickers for this thing.
Yeah, there's stickers. There's all sorts of shit that they have. Because I know with the Optimus they did, there's literally, you could see they cut out like a piece of the plastic, like the shape of the Autobot logo for the shoulder. And the same company, I think, released it a little bit later on where you could pop it off and you could just swap out parts. So I don't know if they eventually did something like that for him. But yeah, no, this is really killer. Yeah, the helmet, all that shit. Like he came with just so much stuff. Yeah, the ball and chain kind of weapons and all that. Yeah, I don't know, beautiful, man. I really enjoyed that guy. This one I put up today, like right before the stream. So this is the NECA figure. He's about 7 inches, something like that.
Is that the one that's almost done like a blister instead of a box?
He was in a box, but it wasn't the ultimate box. It was a different one. But you could see like he has no articulation in the crotch. He only has like the thigh cuts that are up there and the boots, but the boots barely move because of the way that the plastic is.
Because I've seen another one just like him with the black jacket, but it was a different black jacket though. It wasn't the biker jacket. It was more like I don't know, like a gangster type leather jacket. I don't know how else to explain it.
Was it from the original movie?
It might have been, yeah.
Because he had the two looks.
Yeah, because he had the one that's got like the gray jacket, and the other one's got like a leather jacket look, and both of them came. One came in a box, which is the gray jacket, and then I seen another one in a blister pack on a card, and he had the black jacket, but it looked like they were fully posable.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that they released one from the original movie where it's after he operated on his eye, and that's when he put the shades on for the first time. And he had the black leather biker jacket, and he had gray pants and like black biker boots that went up to about the shin. So yeah, it might have been that one then. I don't think it was the Terminator 2 figure. It was probably the first. I only seen him once, and I'm like, I should have gotten him because I never saw him again. But yeah, this guy, I know they released him so many different times, but this was one of the first versions again, and that's the dead giveaway is that it's all sculpted as a solid piece. So he is more of like a statue, but I always loved that look. I believe he came with the box with the rose in it as well, with a couple of roses. I think that's what this was specifically. But I know they re-released him and they changed the whole lower torso. So he does have more articulation if you find him in the ultimate version. And like you'll see with this guy too. I have the original version of this guy, and this is the newer one where they changed the articulation there, so you could actually get him in different poses and wider stances and all that. So I guess they just wanted to slightly update their old stuff, which I mean, again, you don't see companies doing it too often, but it is always cool, and they know that this shit's always going to sell. I do have a couple of other versions of this Arnold where he comes with the big Gatling gun. The shirt is a different gray color, and they even did the version where like he's all battle damaged from the end of the movie where he's missing the arm. I might have that too. I'm not 100%, but again, these came out a while ago.
I'd be really interested if they were to re-release the actual endoskeleton one.
Yeah, I know they had at one point, but I don't know if they ever put it in like the ultimate version, like the ultimate boxes. That I don't know. But they have released them. Even McFarlane has. I knew the guy who sculpted the original one.
Yeah, the only thing we have is the original ones. The original ones, I think they were put out. Was it Kenner that put them out? I think. Like that original line?
Yeah, I think they were. Because you're right. They did do like blister pack ones where they had like a different line of them. Because I see one in the stores maybe 2 years ago where it's the same exact body, except they use the arms from the Predator figure. And he has like a pink shirt or something. And then he has like a swap out arm where you put like this weird crane contraption instead of his arm. But I think it was based off a video game or something. So yeah, I don't know. And they had the T1000 like all in blue as well. Like his skin was all like.
I've seen that they released two different versions, and when they have the helmeted version, then they have this battle damage version.
Yep, they got that too. Yeah, I like the cop one, the motorcycle cop version. That one's cool too.
Yeah, Papa Cotton. I have a few Micronauts left over. The little plastic, fully posable figures by Takara. That was actually what gave rise to the Transformers, and that was actually created off the backs of the 12-inch GI Joes. Because when the 12-inch GI Joes were sent over to Japan, to Takara, as soldier figures. They didn't sell well. They turned them into superheroes. Then eventually they created them with translucent plastic and with innards, and they created what was called the Henshin Cyborg. And then they had the big oil crisis, so they shrank them down into Micronauts. And then they started creating play sets and all kinds of different versions of what was actually Micro Men in Japan. Mm-hmm. Then they sent them over in 75, 76 or somewhere right around there. They sent them over to Mego, and Mego relabeled them as Micronauts. And then there was a comic created for it. And then, again, we wound up getting like the or what was called the Night series. Mm-hmm. Of figures, and they actually had magnetic joints that would pop apart. That was a really cool line. But yeah, that led into Transformers because Micro Change was built right off the heels of the Micronauts.
Yep.
I
had them as a kid, but yeah, I wish I still did. I don't know if any companies are going to be tackling that now. They should.
I know a while ago somebody was doing like remakes of them, but I don't know how long it lasted. Hey, what's going on, Slasher? Good to see you, man.
Hell yeah.
I hope you get that internet thing solved with StreamYards.
Yeah, man.
Having you around.
Oh, dude. The internet, StreamYards, everything's been just shit lately. But I want to show you guys this too. This is Joel from The Last of Us. This is a third-party figure. This is The Last Survivor. Now, this is based off the original video game. This guy came out, I think, like 4 or 5 years ago. That's when I got him. But I want to showcase this thing too, because again, amazing. I love that first game. To me, it's the only thing. It's a standalone game to me. I'm never playing that second game. The show, I have no interest in it. But this figure was damn good. I used the body for a while. Like I just swap out the head with the Wolverine and the hands, and yeah, it's like a perfect Logan body as well. For anybody who's curious on that. But yeah, and this dude, he comes loaded with accessories. I want to do a full review on him for sure. He comes with the backpack. He's got like all the makeshift gear and shit that you could do in the game. It's really killer. So yeah, and again, they call him Joe, not Joel. They took the L off. So they got away with it. So God bless them. But I mean, like the sculpt work on that is just incredible. The paint applications, beautiful, beautiful figure. He does come with an alternate head, but I prefer this regular face. The other one looks a little like the teeth look a little screwed up. He looks a little crazy. But yeah, good stuff. He comes with the machete, axe, just loaded with weapons and things. So there you go. There was
it's always nice when they include all those extra stuff like that too. I mean, because that's those companies are pretty much they're doing figure building, so it's not limited to what they give you. I think they know that too.
Oh, I think so too, man. Because I mean, they use they have standard bodies, and they just kind of see what fits the figure better. But then they do the work on the clothes and everything else. And yeah, and again, the extra accessories would really make this figure pop. I mean. It really is something else. I think they said this is like the summer version, and they have a winter one as well where he comes with the jacket and slightly different accessories. So yeah, it's cool stuff.
Happy birthday, Slasher. Yeah, I want to do a birthday stream. Is it today or is it a couple days from now, Slasher? I know I'm terrible at keeping up on all that stuff. I've put that stuff on my phone and I always forget to check it, and I don't get alerts for any of it. So somebody's birthday could come up and I won't realize it until much later, and shit.
Yeah. I hate that, man. Or if I know someone's coming up, I miss it completely, and then by the time I'm saying happy birthday, it's like 3 or 4 days later. I'm like,
happy birthday, Slasher. Happy birthday, Gap.
Yeah,
thanks, Gap,
happy
posting
birthday.
his link in the chat. Appreciate that. Here, I got something. So I want to take it old school for a minute.
Yeah.
This is something actually I did as a short, and I wanted to get a little bit more in depth. And my little and more in depth will only wound up going a minute and 23 seconds because apparently I can't get off the short shooting mentality when I'm doing figures and everything now because I'm like speeding through shit. But yeah, this one is a recap of the 1995 Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider figures that I put up as short. So Here we go.
And here we are taking another look at 1995's Marvel Johnny Blaze with his Hellfire shotgun and a Ghost Rider. This is the Danny Ketch version of the Ghost Rider with whipping chain action. And here we go with a little bit more of a close-up with them in some semi-action poses. They actually did have fairly decent articulation in the legs and everything. Not so much in the arms. That was just straight up and down, a little bit of bend at the elbow and a turn at the wrist and a turn at the head, of course. Johnny Blaze's Hellfire cannon did have the ability to fire. Ghost Rider's whipping chain action. You would take his arm, spin it around till you got to the end, and there was a little button on it. There's a little button here on the back. Push that in, and the chain kind of whips around. It doesn't have the power it once did. And with the best that I can do to show off the glowing aspect, here they go, both glowing. Anyway, guys, what do you think about these old school ones?
Nice. It's all about the gimmick.
Oh, it absolutely was back then. Absolutely was. I did really appreciate seeing these ones again. I mean, it's a shame that the spring on the Ghost Rider arm is not as powerful as it used to be, but I was actually surprised that Blaze's Hellfire cannon shot as well as it did. Like, that thing went flying off the table. Like, ah, shit.
Yeah, that was great. You know, like, again, if it's not as strong as it used to be, there is a cure for that. Get my vitality pills over on Infowars.com. Thank you, everybody. Fuck Brandon.
Yeah. Always playing with graphics on the regular videos. That's just what I've always done. You know, I found a whole bunch of those Toy Biz figures, Slasher. There was a whole shoebox filled with them. I showed off a few of the Marvel ones that were included because I did like a 84 through 95 in 3 different shorts showing off some of those old figures. A lot of fun digging through them. And then in that same box, there was a bunch of DC figures as well from different years.
Yeah, I knew somebody who actually sculpted a good number of those. And he said when they did it, it was almost like a sweatshop type thing. They were just cranking them out, like a bunch of sculptors in one room just working on each one of those things. Because they were fairly simple. They were able to get through like a lot of them pretty damn quickly. But yeah, no, they did an awesome job. I had so many of them when those first came out.
Well, I know I had gone through one of the other cases, and I had in the other case, because there was 2 different sets. There was a bunch of ones that my brother had, and then there was a bunch of ones that I had in a separate Marvel action figures box that I still had somehow. And I had like the Green Goblin with his glider and his little pumpkin bomb that he throws. The Silver Surfer with his board that still winds up and glides, surprisingly. And I had 3 different versions of Venom. So there was a Venom with a voice box.
Yeah.
There was a Venom with a like a symbiote chest thing that came on and a flicking tongue action in the back. And then the third one was the same as the one with the voice box, but he came with the goop. And I still have the spider with all the powder stuff in there for the goop.
Wow. Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I remember, when we first got those things. That shit was gross. Like, because it was like that pump action through the back and then it would shoot out from the chest.
Yep.
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh, man. The toxic shit that they would come up with.
Oh, I miss those days. I've had old discussions on my channel like years ago about like the big wheels and stuff like that, candy cigarette stuff that they scream and screech about now.
Yep. Yeah, the candy cigarettes, man, we all had those. It's like, yeah, kids, be like the action stars you're watching on in the movie theaters. I remember we were kids, like my cousin, he stole the cigarettes from his mom and they went to smoke them and he just couldn't stop coughing. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that.
These ones don't taste as good. I don't know why. They look the same.
They turned green so fast.
Well, I think the funny thing too about the candy cigarettes back then is they actually had real cigarette brands on the boxes too.
Oh yeah, they did. Dude, that's crazy, man. Stupidity.
Oh, the good times when there was no fucks given. Like, even talking about those big wheels, man, I remember like taking off on that little tricycle and then hitting that stupid plastic brake that almost never worked right, and you start sliding out of control and crashing this shit. Good times.
Yep.
Good times.
How many injuries kids had just off these stupid things?
Oh,
the dollar cap guns were the best. They were like about the size of a 22, and everyone would always rip off the orange cap at the end. And then there was a bunch of them where cops accidentally murdered kids because they thought they were real guns, and then they're like, "Yeah, we got to pull these off the market."
Well, when I was a kid, a little bit older, obviously, but a lot of those early cap guns, they were like 100% die cast all the way through.
Oh, I know.
Where sometimes even like some of the real old ones were iron. And like you took one of those things, you could whoop somebody right over the head if you so chose to.
Yep. Yeah, because I remember like the weakest part was the hinge on them, how it cracks open, so you could put those things. Because I remember I had one or two of the original ones, and then when they broke, I'm like, oh man! And then they started selling like at the Jamrons and stuff, like the little they're like Walgreens shops up there in New York and stuff. So we would get them, and then like, oh my god, like they felt so cheap. They were just like almost all plastic except for like the ring part where you put the cap part on there. But yeah, man, it's like what the hell? Like they cheapen the quality, but you're right. It's because they were probably pistol whipping each other.
Oh yeah. The Intertech guns. Yep. Yeah, because I remember there was a big stink about them. They were bringing lawsuits against them because they looked too real, and they made them change the colors. So they were like orange and green and all kinds of weird, like oddball colors to distinguish that they were toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that. Orange tip all your firearms. Yeah, they did the same thing to the Megatron toy when they re-released it in '85.
Yeah,
they put an orange cap on the end of it, and I was glad that mine was the early one and didn't have that shit.
They did it with some of the third-party ones as well, but they also had like instructions on how to take them off. So I guess to get past customs, that they had to have the orange cap on them.
Yeah, so dumb.
Yeah,
just so dumb. Well, the one thing
for third parties, yeah, I mean that was weird, but yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say one of the places, real quick to finish up on that cap gun thing. One of the places that we used to go, and it was probably one of the few cool places in Jersey. Made that place sink into the ocean one day. They had this place out there called Wild West City, and basically it was like done up like an old Western town. In the big street, they did plays. Whether it was Billy the Kid or whether it was the OK Corral, shootout. They had that. They had stagecoach rides. They had a little mini train that would run around that the bank robbers would hit. But they sold all kinds of those old school cap guns in that place, the old metal ones. So every year when we went back, if we needed a new cap gun, we can get a nice, good metal cap gun instead of some of the cheaper ones that they were selling closer to home.
Yeah. Damn.
They don't, number one, they don't make stuff like that anymore, and they damn sure don't have places like that anymore. Last I heard, that place got sold out to God knows who, and they got it turned into who knows what.
Yeah. Probably some Arab place or whatever. But you're right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Jersey could fall into the ocean at this point. I mean, and it might with Chris Christie there. All he's got to do is jump once.
Well, all he has to do is get towards the shoreline.
Well, they said there's been a lot of beached whales. I mean, holy shit!
I do have one other oddball thing that I did set up for tonight's stream. So this is the return of the toy break. Nice. So here we go.
Hey guys, we are in the room with all the toys on the wall, and we're taking a look at Toony Terrors. So we got the Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, and from Hatchet, we now have Victor Crowley. It was important to have these two together because the same actor who played Jason in 3 of the movies also plays Victor Crowley. And that would be Kane Hodder. Anyway, guys, this has been your toy break for today.
Gotta love a good toy break. Those, I like those little Toony Terrors. They're awesome.
Yeah, you know, some of those things are absolutely amazing looking. I'm still smarting over not getting the the Jack Nicholson ones from The Shining, the two twins.
Oh yeah.
I wish I would have got that.
Yeah, I seen them I think twice in stores, and then that was it.
I've seen them over and over again. Over and over, Vinny, and I kept looking. I was like, I really need to get them, and I kept looking at them, and I kept walking away. And then when I find, I'm going to get them, they're nowhere to be found.
Of course, isn't that how it is? It's like, yeah, I'll finally do it. Holy shit! I mean, there's too much stuff out there. That's why I'm so picky and choosy now. But not really spending much. The G.I. Joes are the ones that I'm kind of like, if they're really great characters and figures, I was getting those. But I think I pretty much hit everything that I wanted. Like, there's maybe like Serpentor and when they finally release Cobra Commander and that, the full kind of classic cartoon setup. Those are the two like I would still want. But for the most part, I think that's about it. I mean, I'll finish off the Dreadnoughts if they release the other one, but yeah, it's sporadic now. I'm not getting everything. It's just just those top characters I like. But since Hasbro's such a shit company now, I might not even do those. Like I have enough shit I still got to review. But yeah, I don't know. But you're right. Right at this point, it just seems to be like NECA only.
Look at that. Luffy is giving you some big credit there, Vinny.
Oh, nice. Thanks, man. I'm glad you dig it. Again, that piece I got him a number of years ago. Just he's been packed away for a little bit.
I know. You know what? One of the next one that I plan on doing, Vinny. It's one that we had talked about a while ago. Both of us picked up a long time ago. That third-party Devastator. I am getting ready to pull the trigger on that and set that up, and I want to do something crazy with it. Like I'm thinking about trying to take another hand at the stop motion for it. To see if I can stop motion it and put it into place and have it transform into Devastator.
Dude, yeah, that'd be some feat if you could do that.
I think I could pull it off. I've got a lot of pigs to help me.
I love that set. I mean, I never. It's funny. I didn't have a chance to transform them individually. I just kind of put them all together and made Devastator. And holy shit, what a beautiful figure! I'm happy that I found them. And I'm glad that you dug it too. That's why I sent you the link. I'm like, yeah, dude, look how cheap they are, and the size that you get, the quality is pretty damn good.
The damn figures are huge. I actually did. First thing I did is when I got them, instead of trying to put them in the Devastator, the very first thing I did is start transforming them individually as robots because I just want to see how they looked, how they snapped together, and that's the easiest way to do it by starting off with the small robot forms. I felt. So I started messing. Holy crap! The amount of steps in each and every single figure. I actually had to stop on 2 of them and look in the directions because I couldn't figure it out because there's so many damn steps.
Yeah, it's an impressive set. I mean, and they're in scale with like the the Legacy line and all that. Like these newer figures, War for Cybertron. That's what really impressed the shit out of me. And then like putting them all together and bam, yeah, Devastator just towers over them.
I wonder if anybody did like a third party gun for him, so you could actually have the Devastator gun.
I think they did do the like the kit where they come with the different weapons and some of the, like, you know, you could swap out some parts like the chest piece and all that. I think they did that too at some point.
Yeah, because I was actually surprised because some of the guns actually have porting mechanisms, you know, to hide them underneath the chassis of the vehicle and everything like that.
I think
But some of them actually they almost look like they would port together to form a big weapon at first, and that's what I was kind of hoping. I was like, no, it doesn't do it.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it too at first. I'm like, oh, they were onto something. I bet, you know, at some point they were probably sitting there going, yeah, I think we could do this. And like, no, get it out. We have to get it out to market now because they're going to close us down. Because most of those places, I mean, you'll see they'll just pop up out of nowhere. They'll be really hot for a minute and then just completely vanish. That's the one problem with the third parties. But the thing is too, with Devastator, I think there's been like 5 or 6 companies that tackled him. So it's like, what size are you going to get? So when I found out that this one was actually in scale with the figures we've been collecting, that's why I shot that over to you. I'm like, dude, if you're going to get it now, because it's a fucking beautiful set.
Yeah, and you know what? It was it was a beautiful set too. I mean, even for not coming with a real weapon, and you were just using pretty much the crane from Hook as his kind of like sword weapon. Even then, I mean, they had light up eyes. I mean, they did an awful lot with that set.
Yeah,
there was a whole lot done, and the fact that they had places to hide all the weapons when they were in their vehicle forms was incredibly smart.
And like I said, and the value was amazing. I mean, it's like you got 6 robots. They were like $10 each. You know, if I remember correctly, wasn't it around $60 for that set?
I think when I got mine, it was almost 70. I think 70, maybe even 75. But even then, or even if it was 65, so it was just slightly over 10. Like even if you said $15 a figure for as big as these things are, these things are about what they're a little bigger than leader class. Actually, they're a little bit taller than Prime and Megatron. So these things are almost commander class, almost. Yeah. I mean, not quite, but they're almost commander class. They're so huge. Right.
Yeah, Hasbro, they would have charged like $100 a figure.
Oh, easily. Scumbags. I mean, even if you said they would have charged, even if you said go down to leader class and that's what they would have charged people, even at leader class, you're looking at $60 a figure.
Yeah, just about. So yeah, I'm so happy that was a great find. I think that's what cemented our friendship. He's like, this Vinny's pretty awesome. And then I'm like, hey, you got to get this. He's like, holy shit. He just became my best friend.
And then I snuck up on you with the, hey, I've got that sound wave if you're really looking for it.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't find that anywhere. He's like, yeah, I got an extra. I'm like, yes, please.
One good turn deserves another, right?
Right. But see, that's what it's about here. It's about good people, friends, enjoying the cool shit that we love, you know, having good times, having good laughs, you know, unlike the bitches that cry out there. It's like, where Disney? Oh, I just watched all the Disney stuff. Send me a super chat. Where? No.
I think I might have upset some people on Twitter with my burn Disney burn. I just kept posting it like, 7,000 people are getting fired from Disney. Yeah, here it goes again. Burn Disney, burn.
Yeah. Well, that's what they deserve, scumbags. I'm going to be talking about something regarding that on tomorrow's stream. Because I think it's hilarious as well, and I want to kind of glorify the destruction of Disney. So, are you down for that, Tommy?
Absolutely. Slasher, Tommy, I finally got around to setting up my new room. Awesome. And found 2 Transformers in what might be a GoBot with no arms. Well, if you're not sure, go ahead and shoot me over some photos, Slasher, on Twitter, and I will let you know exactly what it is. I will let you know what GoBot is. You know, our buddy Drew had reached out, and he was going through some of the stuff as he's getting ready for his eventual close in March, when he finally is able to get rid of his house and get paid. I mean, granted, that's still a month away, but still, he's like, I got this robot, and I don't know what it is. I'm going to shoot you over a picture because I know you're probably going to know. He sends me a picture. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a great Mazinga from Shogun Warriors. It's about a 2-foot figure. And I said, it's missing something at the top of the crown. And I start like naming off everything. And he's like, well, it's got that. And I said, I can see all the original stickers in there. He's like, I knew you were going to know it. And then he talked about another one. And I was like, oh, really? And yeah, there was the discussion about that. I'll talk about it after the stream. But yeah, like he had a few things there that he could not figure it out. And I knew right away, just looking at photos.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Slasher, be sure to send that over. I did the same thing for my buddy Curtis. He had an old Transformer. He couldn't figure out what it was. I told him exactly what series it was from, what the name was, and I even put a short video up about it for him. So, yeah, I know a lot of that stuff. If it's robot related and I don't know it, that's going to be a funny day because usually I know them all the way from the stuff that was built off the Zeroids line. I think it was called, oh God, what was it? Now, see, that's where it gets tricky. I forget the name of the toy line. It didn't last. It lasted less than a year or so after Zeroids, but I don't remember if it was Star Force or Star Command or something to that nature. I think it was Star Force. And it was basically almost like a ripoff of Star Wars in a way, the way the character's done. Because they had this guy all in black, and I forget if he was just called the Dark Commander or Dark Knight or something to that nature. But he looked like a cross in between Darth Vader and the Spaceballs soldiers, where they got the rounded helmets.
Yeah. That's funny shit.
It's a small submarine. If it's blue or gray, and it's a submarine, and it's something missing, that's going to be Dive. He's a GoBot. Yeah, Dive. It was a GoBot.
That's get the papers.
Yeah, because they had two different versions of them. Actually, technically, they had three because there was another one that was released in white, but I think that was from a third-party company. So unless it legitimately says MR, it'll have the MR number, and I forget what the MR number is. Maybe 46 or something like that. Jesus. He's blue. Yeah, then that's Dive. It should be a dark blue, almost like a navy blue.
You know the exact model numbers. This is insane.
I got a problem.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
Yeah, because I have both versions of him. I have the gray and the blue, and there was a few other ones where I found like oddball colors. And I was like, oh, he never came in that color. And I start like looking across the toy, and yeah, it's like some Korean like knockoff of it.
Yeah, again, they've been doing third-party figures forever. They just steal the molds, and they're like, yeah, they do just a shittier knockoff, or it's you know. I don't know. That's just some funny shit. It's like, yeah, we'll mold it all in the same plastic, and it's supposed to have multiple parts. Like, yeah, just glue it together.
Yeah, that's good stuff, though, man. Oh man, hey, that's cool that you found some of those. You're gonna have to show me the pictures. I gotta see the two Transformers that you might have.
When you get your internet back, man, fucking jump on one of these.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, he knows he's always invited to come on. And Steeg's another good guy to come on and talk toys because me and him were sitting there talking last night about some of these old toys and everything, and we just got into it for a while. And holy crap, man! Some of those conversations, I was like, man, if this was a live stream, this would have been really interesting to talk about. But,
right? I hate when that happens. It's like, oh, we're having such a great conversation. And it's like, oh, man, would have been great for a stream.
Should have just recorded it while we were in the green room.
Yeah, just edit out some things that we can't say.
Us say something that shouldn't be said live? Never.
Well, Mama Susan doesn't like when we say certain words, so...
Hey, Mama Susan, I would never say anything I'm not supposed to say on a live stream. Cut! Or no, sorry, did I say something wrong?
What we do is bad, man. Mama Susan, suck my balls. Just like Geeks and Gamers. There's your drama for a super chat. Batman's gonna bend you over, just like he's bending over She-Hulk. Oh, fuck.
Oh, Shell, one of the Pretenders. Yeah. Those things, they drove me nuts. I hated that line. I hated that was an all American line, and it was right around the time that the G1 line started falling apart. Guys, that was when Takara had actually stepped out. Most people don't know that. For a while at the end, like Takara had stepped out of helping Hasbro with toy molds and toy designs, and then they were just working on their own stuff. Like they actually continued what was the Headmaster and Target Master and Power Master line here in the States. They had actually continued it over in Japan and actually were running cartoons, but they called them God Masters, I believe. Okay. So, Bludgeon, yeah. He's got the skull face samurai. Yep, that's Bludgeon. He came with a little green tank, and the green tank had a separated turret that would become a gun for the robot in his little mini robot form. The Bludgeon Pretender shell actually came with a samurai sword too.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have the tank, but I don't have the turret form, and I don't have the shell, which I mean, the shell was actually, it was one of the few shells that I thought was really cool for that line because, it's like a samurai with a skull face. Mm-hmm. I mean, how is that not cool? That's cool, but
it's super cool.
I just hated that stupid shell design of those things. It was irritating.
Yeah.
But man,
sorry, my internet just went. It just flickered.
It flickered. Yeah, I thought you were getting ready to say something, so I got quiet.
Yeah. No, these freaking things are so stupid. I did see something that is pretty cool. Jada Toys. It looks like they're actually doing some Street Fighter stuff. That it looks pretty decent. I got an email about this. Hold on. Put it in my thing here, and then let me showcase. They finally did. I thought it was going to be Storm Collectibles or maybe the SH Figure Arts, but Jada actually did it. They have Fei Long. They finally did him for the Street Fighter, and he looks pretty damn awesome.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, but yeah, this guy's pretty damn sweet. And Jada, I mean, they've been doing like their own Universal monsters as well recently, but like I was impressed with that range of articulation and stuff here and the poses you could do.
I'm assuming with that kind of articulation, he's probably got those drop down hips.
He might, probably does, but yeah, I mean that's pretty good looking because it actually looks like from right out of the game, most of like their own kind of styles, but. This works. Pretty damn cool. Because I know SH Figure Arts, like they'll have way more hands and they'll have other extra accessories, but for what this is, I mean, if it fits in line, I mean, Bruce Lee is like one of my favorites anyway, and Fei Long is pretty much him. So,
I like how it looks like the console.
Yeah.
Or not the console.
The arcade itself.
Yeah, the cabinet. Yeah.
Dude, they did such a good job. So it looks like it's him and Ryu, and I mean that price ain't bad either. $25. That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, here's the Ryu. Although I have the SH Figure Arts, and I think that they might have remolded that guy, and then did some other stuff to it, but. I mean, that ain't bad. I'm not going to get this one because I have the other one. But Fei Long, I might pick him up. But,
yeah, I would see, this is getting back to the whole thing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where I started off the show, that Playmates one. Mm-hmm. I thought that the Playmates version of Ryu was actually pretty decent, and it looked a lot better than the damn turtle. I mean, granted, it wasn't exactly SH Figure Arts standard, but it was still really well done, and it had a fairly wide range of posability to it.
Yeah, they got the 2 packs here. So that's the Playmate one. But see, the thing is, like Storm Collectible, like they look pretty cool, but these prices are retarded. I mean, come on, Zangief, $130. I mean, and I know they're way massive. Like Balrog does look incredible, but again, he's too expensive. Like, this thing is pretty damn badass.
What up, Steve?
What's up, man? We're looking at some toys. But like, I only have, I think, two figures from, no, three. I have 3 figures from Storm Collectibles. The scale is, these are a lot bigger than the SH Figure Arts, so it depends on the character. But dude, I mean, that's pretty damn cool that you could even have the whole swap out chest piece. You don't see that too often with a lot of these companies. So I mean, I get it. It is way higher end. And yeah, the posability is just incredible on them. You can just recreate everything.
That's nice.
Oh yeah, the smoke there from. But see, that's the thing too with these figures. I mean, their boxes are massive because they have all the different accessories and things. I'm trying to see if they have the. I mean, that's great with the beat up face.
I like how it looks like his shoulder is able to dip down for that pose too.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it's like little subtle things, but it works. However they figure out how to do this stuff, it is pretty damn impressive. I have what's his face? Sagat, and he's a very big figure, and like the whole chest area, it's like a softer plastic, so you could get a lot of motion out of these things. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I don't know how long they're gonna last because sometimes if the plastic is too soft, like the shelf life isn't very good. But I mean. And again, when you're not little kids playing with them and shit, I mean, you put them in a couple poses and you kind of, you leave them there for a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what some of these guys know. Zangief, I seen him in a comic shop and he does look amazing. But again, this guy is massive. He's got to be like 9 to 10 inches. So I mean, he's like way too big to fit in with the SH Figure Arts.
I mean, that becomes a big problem for somebody who's a collector and wants to get like all the characters from the game. Where the hell are you putting them all unless you're just using them as a whole wall full of figures?
And that's just it too, man. They're huge. The boxes are massive. Like I don't know. They made it difficult for collectors. I think it's cool to see all the different accessories and things like that, but unless you really have space and somewhere to showcase them. Yeah, it gets difficult. I haven't really looked at this site in a while, but holy shit, did they make a lot of these things? Oh, there's a classic one. Yonda. No, this is another ultimate. I can't believe how many different versions that they did of them. They really like their sumo characters. Street Fighter is just great. I love those things, man. Those characters are great. The games are so much fun. But it looks like it goes off into a bunch of different stuff. But pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see what's on the front page. What else we got here? Statues. Oh yeah, here more of the Thundercats. Oh, they did the retro line as well.
Now monkey.
Monkey. Oh yeah, now they update Lion-O. Look at this. Pinless. Sons of bitches.
They got you.
No, I'm not getting this wave though. But I mean, it's cool that they did them. But all right, so here's more of the there you go, the classic monkey. These are cool. But, oh, there's Mandora. Remember the cop? It's pretty cool though. I'm surprised they're doing all these freaking figures. Yeah, here we go. Here's Captain Hammer.
Yeah.
Arrgh, you mateys. Always got different hands. Pretty cool. Bengali. But yeah, here's the Panthro. I have him. I just don't know where he is right now. It's buried probably under a bunch of other boxes. But yeah, no, this guy's pretty damn sweet. If I am able to dig him out, I will do a review on him.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. Damn it, Stig. I like this monkey though. This one's really good. That's pretty awesome. Different accessories and shit too.
I take it they got them all. Sly, Vulture Man.
I don't think I've seen. Well, here's Sly. I don't think I've seen Vulture Man yet.
What was the other one? The Jackalman?
Yeah, Jackalman. There's Chitara. There's like the classic one. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good with all the accessories and stuff too that they come with.
Papa, why did they give Panther a parasol? It's actually supposed to be his nunchuck spinning around in a circle.
Yeah. Grun the Destroyer, look at that. Made him too. Pretty cool. There's Jaga.
Oh, there goes
Cracker.
Yeah.
There he is. But yeah, these things look beautiful. They beefed them out a little bit more too, but it works. I think it looks good. Pretty damn cool. Yes. It's Pumira.
And I seen the decayed mummer.
Yeah. He should actually be bigger though. Groom was a bigger character.
Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah.
In the cartoon.
Yeah, there he is. That's cool. Skinny little shit. All right, that's pretty cool too. They got the different versions, the plastic and the cloth. Good stuff.
Pending licensing approval, huh?
Yeah, but he's out, so I mean they should have updated this. Come on now.
I would say the only thing that they probably could have added with him to justify that price is they should have put the damn cauldron.
Oh, dude, I know. Oh, wait, you're right. Here's Vulture Man. They did make them. Here's Bengali. Pretty cool. I don't remember this version, though. Do you remember Lino in red?
No.
Well, that's pretty cool. The different gauntlets like that.
Yeah, the one with the claws.
Yeah. Is this guy? Is he pinless too? Ah, see, now he's pinless. Man.
Now you're getting mad.
Yeah, I am. It's like, you sons of bitches.
Steve said, did you ever play the Thundercats game from the 80s?
No, oh, is that what that's from? Is that like a second player Lino? No, I don't think I have. I don't remember that. Was it arcade or console? This one's called Mirror Lino. So I guess it was maybe an episode where there's a mirror version of it. Holy crap, they did her bike too.
Yeah. Look at that.
Dude, that's insane. Yeah, we need to either rob a bank or win a lottery.
Jesus, can you imagine how much they would charge for the pirate ship if they decide to make that considering how much the Thunder Tank costs?
Oh my God, yeah. No.
Or God forbid if they made Cat's Lair.
That'd be epic, though.
You'd be broke. Here. We could both spend all our money and still not have enough.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's crazy. Dude, this looks amazing. Yeah, this is the exclusive for this website.
You know what? The way they do figures, and especially the way he looks, you know what I would like to see them do?
What?
I would like to see them revamp the original Clash of the Titan figures in this style.
Oh, dude, that'd be pretty freaking cool. All those Harryhausen creatures and shit.
Mm-hmm. Because you know, right there, that pose with the whip, with the way it's out, it reminds me of oh god, what's his name?
Perseus?
No, it began with a C, or was it a K? The one that got transformed into that weird, like, devilish goat creature. He had that whip.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell was his name? Oh, I forgot too.
It began with either a C or a K. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember.
Calabos, there it is. Papa Cotton remembers it.
Nice.
Was a C. Calabos.
Dude, yeah, that'd be. I think there was a company that did make them, but you know they had them pretty accurate to the stop motion stuff.
Well, I know I had the old school ones that were put out, and I'm failing to remember. I want to say it was Mattel, but it could have been somebody else. It might have even been Mego. You know, I think it might have been Mego. Now I'm thinking about it, because I had Perseus, I had Pegasus, and I had one other figure. But I mean, you know, he came with the shield and the sword, and Pegasus actually came with removable wings, but the wings were like rubber, so they kind of folded out.
Yeah.
And I know that they made the Kraken, and that thing was huge. But holy crap! I mean, they were like Star Wars figures though in posability, but they were still pretty cool for what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steak saying that Mask and Bravestar need to make a comeback. Yeah, I have a few of those older Bravestar figures in the back. I have Bravestar and Tex X, and shit, those figures alone from back then were pretty awesome. Imagine what they could do with them now.
All right, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. These companies, they can do anything now, especially that they're using like the computers and shit to like do the articulation properly.
Her butt's too small. Her butt needs to be bigger.
Yeah. This is Mayfex. I only have like, I think maybe 1 or 2 figures from this company.
They gave her a Chinese ass. That's no good.
Yeah. Well, technically, Betty ended up going to an Asian body, right? So.
Steve said he played it on Commodore 64.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't have any of that stuff. The only thing we did get a regular Nintendo when they first came out.
Oh, Papa, that is cool. He still has Char on.
Sweet.
The ferryman. Hey, what's going on, Sentinel?
What up? But yeah, man, these figures are pretty damn sweet.
No, they fall apart faster than Biden giving his speech, Kamala's Kamala's face mask falling apart.
Dude, her husband was making out with Jill. Disgusting.
That butt is too small for the glove. Damn it, Steeg.
It's true. Lionel's got a very thick glove.
It goes in deep and it never comes out again.
Oh my.
Hey, he says he could show you how to play it on PC.
Oh shit. I bet Chris knows how. Dude, that game that Chris does have, it was like a fan one of Masters of the Universe. Lionel's actually in it. He's like one of like these alternate characters you could play as too. That looks pretty damn awesome. I don't know, man. We got to get Chris in here. Figure out how to do all this cool shit.
He always seems to be on a treadmill.
He exploded his shoes. He went so many miles.
Oh no! Did he fart pee?
What?
He farted pee. Exploded in his shoes.
Oh no! No, literally, like they just bursted. It wasn't diarrhea. Oh my god!
Lionel delved too deeply and too greedily. He awoke something in the dark.
Yeah. Sentinel, I didn't know this. Holy crap. The Mayfex bootlegs have better quality control. Damn. I might have to look into that. Nice. I know the SH Figure Arts one, like those are, or the Reveltechs, like those things fall apart if you get a bootleg one of those. I know because I had gotten a Deadpool, like there was a cartoony version or whatever, like a long time ago, and I'm like, oh, this price is fantastic. It was like $15. I'm like, this has got to be bootleg. When it came, I'm like, yeah, this is bootleg. But the packaging on the outside was identical. You open up the figure, and you could tell that the quality of the plastic wasn't as good, and like, you know, I had like some of the shit like on his pouch like snapped off. I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. Fragile.
I know like even some of these mainline companies that are making stuff, even some of their stuff, man, I get really like iffy about some of it. Like the one NECA did for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Renee figure. I really swore I was going to break her arms at the elbow joints because they were so thin, number one, because the figure's so much smaller than the traditional NECA Ultimates and everything. So I know they tried to put as much articulation and joint movement as their regular figures, but because the arms were so much smaller, I mean, they really felt like they were just going to snap apart. I mean, luckily they didn't, but I'm sure if you played with that thing a little rough, you'd easily snap those arms right off. And so even some of these big companies, they make shit that's a little on the cheap side sometimes when they shouldn't, especially for the price range.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
No, he doesn't know about Reveltech, but every SH Figure Arts figure I purchased held up nice.
Well, I had gotten one a while ago. There was like a Tony Stark one. I got him because I like the setup that they had. It was like that round base from like the third movie. It was like it looked like a larger kind of like reactor thing, but he stood on it. I used that for something else, but like the Tony Stark figure, like it looked like he had melty face, and like the wrist pegs and shit were all cheap. One of them I think snapped off. I'm like, okay, well that sucks.
I had one of those figures, and I can't remember which one it was. I don't know if it was a Predator or something from NECA, but the pin it actually pulled out of the hand.
Oh shit!
So yeah, I had a hell of a time pulling that freaking pin joint out of the freaking forearm so I could put the regular hand back in.
That sucks ass.
I mean, it didn't break; it just pulled apart though. Like there was nothing holding it together. I was like, man, that's cheap.
Oh shit! If Trina's still out there, I just saw the Ultimate Dracula from NECA, the Bela Lugosi. He's out.
You hear that, Lasso? You're missing it. Stop being sick. Get out there and buy toys.
Oh wait, didn't she say she pre-ordered him? I think she said.
I forget. She might have. Well, I mean, we were talking about that a while ago. I mean, sometimes it's so much easier just to pre-order these damn things than to try to go out to the store and find it because some of these places are being picked clean.
Oh, I know, dude. Or they're just stealing them. They're straight up stealing them out of the stores.
It's ridiculous. What's up, memes?
What up?
Sentinel's got some hard feelings towards NECA.
Yeah, I used to work with Randy. He's a bit of a dick. Not gonna lie. He's very sensitive. I know he's blocked fans off of his Twitter and shit.
You need a thicker skin, especially if you're going to be anything even close to a face of a company. You need thicker skin.
Yep. Yeah, he's very two-faced. But again, I mean, the guy. He stole the Rolodex from McFarlane when he left. He wasn't supposed to be doing that.
Take that, tuna boy.
You know, I mean, at the same time, can't really blame him. But he did find he found a millionaire or something. That's how NECA even got off the ground. They were able to get those licenses because of that.
I tell you what, regardless how people feel about certain people in there, I can't argue with some of the quality, or should I say most of the quality and most of the figures they're putting out. There have been a few misses. There have been a few. That freaking Jungle Predator, there was a few quality control misses on that one. I mean, overall, the figure looked good, but the fact that they didn't include a pin in his freaking forearm for the the self-destruct mechanism, or the little computer that he carries on his arm. There was no pin in that thing, and there was something else. Oh, the shoulder cannon. The joints on the shoulder cannon were so loose that it wouldn't barely hold up in any kind of position. Really got me infuriated, because the rest of the figure looked so damn good. All the joints were in perfect shape, like all the accessories were in good condition. It was just those few things that just drove me nuts. It was like it soured the whole experience for me just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna do that.
No, we're probably going to close out fairly soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have much else to talk about myself, but
yeah, I mean, I actually had 3 things today. That it was like a shocker of a day for me. I was able to get 3 up.
Right?
Sentinel Retro Blasting put out the best video on NECA and Randy and why they're so shit. Check it out. You'll love it if you've been as frustrated with NECA as I've been the last few years. I've been frustrated with NECA on a few things, but like I said, for the most part, most of the stuff they put out, I'm fairly happy with. Yeah. They're nowhere near as bad as Playmates and some of the shit that they've been doing. Right. And don't even get me started about McFarlane and some of the crap that they've been putting out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really think I'm getting any more McFarlanes anyway. I was going to say, Sentinel, if you got a link, drop it. I would check that out for sure. I'm curious of what else Randy's been up to, what he did.
The joint was so bad. Even Kamala didn't want to buy it.
Holy shit, man.
That's absolutely horrible. But I know I have a few more figures in the back that I got to review. I have the Destro and the Baroness figures. The 6-inch ones.
Yeah,
they both look stunning. The packaging on those things is so uber cheap though. Like that cardboard is flimsy as shit. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because I wanted a Baroness on card because the other one I had was with the bike and all that crap.
What? Not modded.
Huh?
Get out of town. Really?
You need to correct that then.
I know.
Get in there, buddy. But the ones that they had, like they had 2 of them, and like one was completely ruined, the card stock on it. But I never seen Destro. The only ones I've seen are Lady J and Baroness. And Baroness I only saw her like 2 or 3 times. Lady J was the only one that was still there, and I think they eventually put her on clearance. But I had her from Wave 1, or not Wave 1. The Wave with Flint. So I got her when she originally came out.
There you go. We're adding new mods because I don't care.
Throw them wrenches. Throw them until people go, ow.
Everybody gets right. You get a wrench, and you get a wrench, and you get a wrench. Okay, calm down. Calm down.
Cam your tits.
Oh yeah, this figure looks absolutely tremendous, and even the Destro one, I was happy I picked them up. I mean, they're some of the last figures that I bought off the pegs, because of Hasbro and their nonsense, and I can't back a company that's going to be doing that kind of shit.
I hear you.
Baroness,
dude, I got so fortunate that when I found Destro. He was in Wave 1. I found almost all of Wave 1 at a Walmart. The people when they were stocking the figures, they would put them on the top shelf, and a lot of people didn't see them, and they're just too short. So I guess I was there when they shortly after they just put them out, and I was able to find it was the one time this happened that I found like Wave 1 was in the store when they first came out. So I'm like, holy shit! Everything else was a pain in the ass to get.
Oh yeah, memes. They had redid a bunch of them like back in 2019, 2020. They were Kenner was putting them back out.
Yeah,
some of the old Aliens vs Predator toys, and even NECA is kind of picked up on some of them now because they're doing some of these ones that are ultimates, but they're doing them with the Kenner styling as far as the box art is concerned.
Right.
The Laser Shock Predator is one that comes to mind. That's in a NECA Ultimate box, but it's like the Kenner type of styling for the packaging. And even the way they write NECA on that is done like old Kenner style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some talented people working there, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely I look forward to taking a look at the retro blasting thing. That guy's pretty funny for someone who's, I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's so dry with everything that he says and does. But that guy's he's pretty entertaining.
Do you suppose that possibly it could be Tony in disguise?
No, this guy's way too thin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's way too dry.
Any more dry, he's going to start a fire just by speaking. I don't know. I got nothing tonight. I'm so tired.
Yeah, the Haya toys. Vinnie has one of them.
Yeah. I got I found the San Diego Comic-Con, the exclusive, the 2-pack with the Battle Damage Ed 209 and the Battle Damage RoboCop. Beautiful figures. Holy shit, those things impressed the hell out of me.
And that's always important. I seen the Ed 209 one from NECA in a Target, and I was like, wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that I see this here. But there was no prices anywhere. And I was like, I'm afraid to even walk with this thing over to the scanner to see how much it's going to be, because I'm sure it's ridiculous, whatever it is.
Was it over 100?
I don't know. I've refused to look. Just because after the last time I looked at a larger figure from NECA and it was over $50 and I called it, it was that big, the Predator one. Oh, Jesus, what's it called? The Urban something. Urban Predator or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 11 or 12 inches. Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, and I was like looking, I was like, this thing's got to be at least $50. So the guy was walking by. I said, excuse me, how much is this? He whipped out his phone, $50 right on the button. I was like, yep, I know it. Put it right back on the shelf. Jesus. I said, it's cool, but it's not that cool.
Well, that 2-pack with freaking Dr. Loomis and Mike Myers, like, I was infuriated. I wanted that so badly. I go to scan it. It came up $79.99. I'm like, I ain't paying $80 fucking dollars, or it was more than that, I think, with tax and everything. I'm like, nah, this is bullshit.
Especially since on average, most of the figures are around $34 a piece right now. So how did they even justify that much? You're getting a 2-pack like that. They should actually cut the cost of the figure down a little bit, because they're saving money on boxing and everything like that. Nah, you shouldn't be charging more.
Nope. The only 2-packs that I got from them were the Turtles, because I had found the Raphael, I love that thing. It was Raphael with Casey Jones, and then again, like a fluke, I had no idea this was even out. Never saw it ever again, just the one time. My friend gave me a call, and he's like, dude, you know that Walmart by, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I haven't been there yet. He's like, oh, you got to go there now. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, I'm here right now. You got to see what they have. And it was the 2-pack of Leonardo and Donatello. And I'm like, oh, shit. All I had was the bootleg version of Leonardo, and I didn't have a Donatello. So I'm like, yeah, I'm buying that.
Yeah, stay there. Guard that thing with your life.
That's what I'm
on the way. I want you to rope off the whole aisle. Make sure nobody even gets a look at it.
Yeah, but he's no Tommy. He didn't do that. He was there. I'm like, well, where the fuck is he? He's like, oh, I left it over there. Hey, you left it there? What are you, some kind of dick? I went over there, and sure enough, they were 2 boxes, and there was one guy already. He had one in his cart. I'm like, if he took both of them, I would have just decked my friend in the face. For toys, yeah.
Hey, man, you got to do what you have to do when it comes down to that. I mean, toy collecting is serious business, and somebody might have to get hurt.
Yeah, but the 2-pack was about $60. Like, I'm like, all right, that's more reasonable. Why would they jack an extra $20 to $25 on the other 2-pack? For Loomis and Myers, dickheads.
The Ultimate Concrete Jungle Scarface Predator. Is that the same one? Is it?
I think it was. Yeah,
that one's $50 now. If that's the same one that I'm talking about.
That I don't know. But I know he is right, though. Like in 2018, when they were releasing a lot of these figures, they were around 25. This shit where they fucking jack these things up to 35 and then plus change and everything, you're looking at $40 to $45. No.
That's only been in the past few years.
Yeah.
Bidenomics.
Yeah. Well, I think they're all taking advantage, to be honest.
Oh, of course they are.
They use it as an excuse.
It is what it is. I mean, you know what?
Well, and that's why a lot of us aren't collecting as heavily as we did. If they're cheaper, then yeah, I'm more inclined to get more figures. But you know, when they're this expensive, I'm being damn choosy and picky. Like,
yeah, the only thing I want to see though, Vinny, is I want to see every last one of these scalpers that are going out there ripping all these damn things off this toy store shelves, or pre-ordering every last one, so they're the only ones having putting that shit up on eBay. I'm hoping that they are the ones that start losing their shirts. That's what I would like to see.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that damn Cosmos figure. I ordered that thing over 2 freaking months ago.
Which one?
The Cosmos from the Velocitron 500 series.
How long is it taking you to get it?
It's like 2 months. I'm still waiting. Like, yeah,
where's it coming from?
Unfortunately, you could take a guess.
It is coming from China?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, keep an eye on it, man. They sent you tracking.
Yeah, they did an update with tracking, but I mean, the last thing that I got from there was not a miss. So at the time, I was looking for the oh god, what was it? Jason Lives.
Right.
So I was looking for that figure, and it was before NECA had re-released it like thoroughly on the shelves around here. So I found somebody in China that had it like relatively cheap, and it was boxed and everything. It was sealed. Mm-hmm. And I got it, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just like the figure that I seen on the shelves when I eventually did see it in Target on the shelf. So, I mean, that was a win. I mean, it wasn't like a cheap knockoff. It had all the markings and all the trademarks and everything in place. So,
right.
But I get so worried whenever I see it's from China because I'm worried it's going to be some kind of cheap garbage knockoff.
Yeah, Frankie, do these toys come with a dozen eggs at those prices?
Yeah, right.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, those infuriate me. Those fucking Walmart and Target exclusives. The only time I was able to get some of those exclusives was just recently with the Tiger Force. And that's because I think they put them out like that same week. I was able to, I picked up a couple of them. But yeah, I couldn't find any exclusives of theirs. The Baroness, like, again, when she came out, she came with that stupid bike. And again, an exclusive. And yeah, it took me a very long time to find it on eBay, 1, and 2 for a halfway decent price.
Well, I think that the worst culprit and all that, because I know when I go shop on Target, if I go for a pre-order, they actually limit you to 2. Unfortunately, you know, the scalpers probably have like dozens of accounts that they keep going back on, ordering 2, yep. ordering 2, ordering 2. But the worst is Walmart because they don't put limits on those pre-orders. So if you got the money, you could pre-order as many as you want. Because I looked on the site, it's like, yeah, select your quantity. You're like, what the shit? You know, if it's an exclusive, there should be a limit on it.
Jesus. Yeah, it should be for sure.
But I know another, you know, I know we're going to close out in a little bit, but one of the ones you were talking about, the bazooka that you finally did find. It's funny. I was in one of the Targets the other day, and sure enough, there was a bazooka sitting in the back. I said, "Look at that shit, Vinny. Wow. Don't need it now. I'm going to see it everywhere."
Right. I found it off of Target's website. I was in the chat of some other figure person, like they were doing a review on something. I'm like, they were talking about G.I. Joe. I said, yeah, I wish I could get my hands on that. And someone in the chat goes, "Oh, bazooka is available again." I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, check the website." And sure enough, that's why I ordered them. I ordered them directly from them.
And unfortunately, that does seem to be the easiest way half the time, because at least you know you're going to get it. But, you know, there's something about going out to the store, and there's that one guy, I've mentioned him before, that Mike the Hunter, or Mike the Toy Hunter. It's either Mike the Hunter or Mike the Toy Hunter. I forget exactly. He does that. He's all about the thrill, the hunt, and going out to the stores and trying to find these things. But unfortunately, when you're fighting all the scalpers and every other collector is hoping to be able to get their hands on at the same time, you're fighting an uphill battle 90% of the time to try to find the ones that you want. Like that Cosmos one, I from the moment I knew it was dropping, I went on the websites. They were sold out everywhere from the minute it dropped. Went out to all these stores like every few days checking. Nothing anywhere. It was the same thing with the the retro releases of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I kept going to these Walmarts over and over again. Not once did I ever see any of them in any of the stores. And then ETEP's telling me, oh, they got them. They got a whole bunch in my store. I'm like, shit, they don't have any of them around me.
Yeah. It's, dude, I don't know, man. This shit is infuriating for collectors. The stuff that they do, these games that they fucking play with everyone. Then you got the scummy people that just do all that. But like I said, they're also just stealing shit right out of the stores. I couldn't get a lot of those Ultimate figures that I wanted because they didn't sell out. They were stolen, so they just never ordered them anymore. That's why, like, again, you were able to find the RoboCop for me. I couldn't find them anywhere near me. And you're right. The thrill of the hunt, it's not just that. It's cheaper if you could find them in stores. You're paying retail with some tax instead of tax and shipping. Because, again, they like to bend you over on the shipping on most of these places, too.
Well, I know a lot of these people are starting to hurt right now, and I've been seeing on eBay a lot now, too, with a lot of these guys that are selling these collectible toys. And they're actually, a lot of them are just offering shipping now. A lot of these guys are starting to lose their shirts now because of the way everything is getting screwed over by, the extra taxes, the extra cost. Yep. And then, of course, you got, the government looking in and saying, hey, how much are you making? Mm-hmm. So now these guys got to find ways to, to try to entice people to buy from them because, number one, money's tight. And number two, anything that they could say is a bit of a loss to them, they can write off. So it doesn't look like they're making as much.
Yeah. Well, again, these assholes, they added to the problem of all this. So, I'm not crying for the scalpers, scumbags.
No, I feel bad for some of the guys that are obviously not scalpers that are selling it like halfway decent prices. And you could always tell because these guys, they only have a couple at the most. They don't have like large quantities of them. And those are the guys that are getting hard. They're probably like individual sellers like me that are just trying to make a few extra bucks. And now they have to put the shipping out of their own pockets so they can just try to make a sale. So that's actually cutting into how much they would have made off the figure. I mean, it sucks for them, but I mean, hopefully they got the figure at a halfway decent price, but maybe not always. And, sometimes people wind up losing money on some of these things. And that's always rough for somebody that's just trying to make a little bit back.
Right. Especially if it's a figure you think is going to be hot and then you find out, oh, it's not at all. And then they're stuck with a whole bunch of them. But again, like, look at those Marvel Legends. Jeff, he showed a photo of that stuff out there. In Target, like, there's a whole wave of them that they're half off. It's like nobody fucking wants them. And it's like that whole line that was from the Disney Plus shows. Nobody wants them.
I have never been less interested in anything that they're doing with Marvel right now. The only thing I'm interested in seeing is if they hopefully sell a bunch of franchises and Marvel happens to go. The comic book part of it and everything.
No, I thought you would find it to be funny that they can't sell those Marvel Legends figures. So
no, that is funny. That is funny, but I want to see the whole thing just get sold off. I want to see big losses, and I want to see Disney burned to the ground. So bad.
Oh, well, it's coming. I mean, you don't just lose over $2 billion and think that everything's going to be okay.
Well, you figure that what they're losing right now, and this is their latest, is because of Disney Plus. That doesn't include all the billions they've already lost with their theme parks and everything else. I mean, this is just in addition because that was their new baby that was going to save them. And what's going on, Bone? We're getting ready to close out now.
Well, Tommy, you're gonna love tomorrow's stream because I want to get into all that stuff tomorrow. Just the destruction of Disney. It'll be glorious.
It will be. But guys, thank you so much for being here. If you didn't catch the very beginning and some of the toys that we were showing off, rewind it. Go back and check it out. Let us know what you think about the show in the comments about the toys that we're showing off. And if there winds up being a toy that maybe we possibly have that you'd like to see us show off, whether it's an older one or a newer one that we may have, let us know what you would like to see in future episodes because we always like to get ideas from other people, what they would like to see on the shows. And usually we're able to accommodate most times more than not. But thank you for being here. And we're going to hand it over to Vinnie so he can let you know what's going on starting with tomorrow.
Yeah, tune in, Vinnie Art over on YouTube. We're going to have a good time over there. Like you said, we'll take some shots at Disney and Marvel and all that shit. Yeah, just really slap them in the face. Papa Cotton's gonna love that. Because yeah, they're a scumbag company, and yeah, when they destroy the family values, you're gonna see what happens, and yeah, they're gonna keep burning. In the meantime, yeah, I'm gonna try to get up some more videos and cool stuff. If you guys haven't seen it, I did put out a new Hans Cock / Indiana Jones Cock. That's a new one. I mean, it's the same voice I use, but I actually cover some Egyptian shit. Nelson, the psychopath, he loved what I did. He wants me to do more of them. But I kind of showed the secrets of the Sphinx, you know, straight up legit. I just did it as Hans Cock, pretty much. Well, Jones Cock, but it was funny. He's got his fedora, he's got his mask on. It's a good thing. Go check it out. You're gonna laugh, and some interesting things in there. And I slapped that Dr. Hawass in the face.
Oh god, that guy is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, again, if you're stealing artifacts and selling them on the black market, you're a piece of shit. But I cover some of that during the video as well. So pretty funny stuff. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And yeah, in the meantime, I am still working on some awesome comics. I'm working on City of Venus 2 as we speak. I finished another page the other night. Again, I'm just making sure it's going to be a damn amazing book and a great continuation to the first one, which you could still find over on Indiegogo. So if you want City of Venus 1, go get it. It ships immediately. Shadow of the Kraken ships immediately. Hardcover book, completed story. Frankie's the co-creator and writer. And of course, Shadow of the Kraken, which is my newest book. That one's all me, just like City of Venus. And holy crap, what a great book. 52 pages. You're going to love it. Again, it all ships immediately. So yeah, jump on that. Thank you, everybody. And please have a great night.
Awesome. Look forward to tomorrow talking more about Burn, Disney, Burn, Mouse House Inferno. I want to see him just turn into smoldering ashes.
And we're going to have some more great Batman over there, because it's always fun to do crazy Batman. Christian Bale. Oh, good for you.
Sphinx was created by the Great Guinea Empire. It was.
Yeah.
We are here. We are strong, and we are not taking no for an answer. Guys, thank you so much to everybody who has been here. Soul Assassin, Bone, the Sentinel in the house. Frankie, Nose, Steeg was in the house as well. Let's see. Let's scroll up and see. Papa Cotton, of course, was here. Papa almost never misses the show. My good buddy Slasher was in the house. I hope you get everything settled with that, Slasher, and you can get back to streaming with us again. Luffy as God was in the house. Trina, get well and get back to us again, or we're going to come find you. Gap After Dark was also in the house. And who else? I know there was at least one other person. Liam, almost forgot about our buddy from down under. Liam was in the house as well. Thank you all. If I missed anybody, I don't think I did, but if I missed you, thank you for being here. We do appreciate it. Oh yeah, Angela Straven was in the house earlier. Thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate it, because you guys are the ones that keep the conversation going for us, because we're reading your comments, we're having fun, and we're able to build off what you're saying, or like Sentinel was showing that link for us to check something out after the stream. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. And the guinea pigs will get your goddamn toes. But we will catch you next time. Thanks for being here.
Batman will catch your toes as well. And he'll do what he's doing to She-Hulk to you.
Not okay!
Guys.
I'm Batman.
We'll catch you next time. Later, y'all.
You better run, Mojito.
You what? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run.